Now, if you're old enough to remember what a Kodak moment is, you surely remember the times when the Kodak brand itself was one of the strongest in the world. Its history goes back 133 years. It's peppered with technical innovations that brought photography to the masses. Now, though, the company's trying to reinvent itself, as we heard a little earlier. It's filed for bankruptcy protection while seeking new ways to continue as a viable business. So, how come a company which had innovation in its DNA almost is struggling to keep up in the digital age? We can speak to the IT consultant, Anthony Capstick, who joins me live from Manchester. Anthony, thanks for joining us. I wonder if it's in the words IT that we find the answer to Kodak's demise.
Well, it's a very old business, Kodak, and was instrumental in many ways in bringing photography to into the popular area. Not only that, but Kodak was used by many professional photographers when they wanted an instant view of what they were taking. So they were embedded in this technology that had been many years in coming, and of course digital developments have happened so quickly they just haven't been able to move fast enough to save the business in its current form. They've been trying very hard, but unfortunately events have caught up with them.
Right, they wouldn't be the first sort of monolithic organisation to suffer like this, would they? A sort of decline and fall of an empire. But is it always the same reason? Is it ultimately progress, the inability to move with it, the lack of flexibility, I mean, getting too big for themselves? What causes these downfalls?
Well, business alone is complicated, and then on top of that you have the complexities of technology and trying to second guess where it's going to move next. And the key with these businesses is that how the businesses run rather than the technology, I think. With Kodak, they've not been able to move fast enough, but many companies have. I mean, you look at Microsoft, they've been around a long time, they've moved, they've changed with the times, so have Apple. And only recently another company that's been around a long time, HP, Hewlett-Packard, that has been transforming itself recently. It's had ups and downs, but it is moving with the times to change its market. So I think most of this is much to do about business rather than trying to second guess what technology is going to come next.
Anthony Capstick, thank you very much indeed for that. Well, the bottom line is Kodak is in deep trouble. Aaron, filing for bankruptcy protection. What does that give them, really?
Basically, look, let me just stress that some saying, perhaps not a surprise, because this is a company that made a profit. Last profit was back in 2007. So Chapter 11, bankruptcy protection, basically means not end game. It basically means it takes the creditors off its back while it tries to reorganise. And David, really, that is the question: reorganising. What now for Kodak? We also spoke to an expert, and this is what he had to say.
They're not going to go back into photography. That's not an option for them now. If you look at a Polaroid, for example, Polaroid failed and is gone. Kodak's going as a camera company. That's finished. It has got the printing stuff with the inks, and it's doing quite well in that in competitive market. It's got the patents, which is useful for digital imaging. So everyone's got a camera phone. They're hoping to get a slice of that money. But that's about it, really. And as cameras go, it's done.
Okay.